Ladies and gentlemen, we have a catchweight boxing match for you at 1:30. 3 rounds, 2 minutes. Mitch Vaughn, Tartarus MMA versus Dante Owens. And here we see Mitch Vaughn come into the cage. Mitch Vaughn's a guy who's on an absolute tear. Took a loss to Stephen McGrew about 2 years ago now. And since then, he's been flawless. He's dedicated himself to working on his striking. He's a guy who feels comfortable on the mat wrestling. Submissions are beautiful. And now we see him back in boxing, and he told me, I am night and day a different boxer than you saw me last. I really respect Mitch. He's always humble, always got a good attitude. You know, the guy's knocking on the door at pro in MMA. He's getting ready, I think, by the end of the year to turn pro. So right now he's sharpening his tools.
Man, Elijah, I'm excited for this fight. One thing I say about Mitchell is I feel like he was born a fighter.
Absolutely. I was just talking about his heart, and he always comes in here. He's humble. But he's one of the toughest dudes. Like that grudge match he had with Eric Kuhn. Eric talked so much trash about him. Mitchell barely said a word. He let his actions in the cage speak for him and shut him down. Mitch has been on a tear. Like I say, since that loss to Stephen McGrew, he's looked unstoppable.
Yeah, and that's kind of my point is on paper, Eric Kuhn's got all the accolades, right? And Mitchell does not. But what he does have that you can't quantify on paper is he was born a fighter. He might not have all the technique. He might not have the skill. He might not have been training that long. But once you get in the ring, you're in a fight. And he's not going to quit until it's over.
And, you know, Mitch is at the point now, we were talking at the hotel. Said he thinks by January, if things go well, the end of the year, he's going to make that pro debut.
I think he's going to be a great fighter. I really do.
All these guys come to me and they're like, I'm thinking about turning pro. He's the guy who I actively asked, when are you going to turn pro? Because I think he's getting close.
I think so, too.
This is a boxing match. Potentially going 130 with your referee, Tony Sigmund. Ready first, representing Tartarus.
And what's your thoughts about Dante Owens right there? I mean,
Dante Owens is a guy who's got a lot of experience, but it's primarily tough man bouts. I think Mitch is a big step up for him.
From Ashland, Kentucky, Mitchel Vaughn.
And Owens is a guy who tends to come out looking super strong. He's a very active fighter.
What do you think about Tim Wheeler's boxing? I don't know. This is a real question, so I'm asking, do they usually have a good fighter camp? Or
the only guy from Wheeler's camp I've seen was earlier tonight, and he looked very good. I think this is a new group. I've not seen these guys around yet, so they're unknown to me as well.
Yeah.
I was impressed with their guy earlier, though.
Well, they had walking into the event tonight, they had a solid crew outside, which is a good sign, meaning they had a bunch of men, women, everybody following them, and that means they have a good gym. So, here's what we hope is going to be a great fight. And Dante looks ready to scrap. Look at that.
Big
but again, look at
Mitchell.
He does not care. He just wants to fight, right?
And
look at that.
Mitchell said that he expects Dante to fade in the second and third. He said he watched his tough man fights. He said he started to slow down after the first round and was gassed by the second, and those are 1 minute rounds. So he said, I've got him here for 2 minute rounds. He said he was going to take his time, but it doesn't look like he is.
Does not look at it at all. And I expect that, right? A fighter fights. He's ready to fight. A long time ago, my trainer, Leon Ramsey, who's the head of the boxing commission right now, he made a comment to me that I didn't understand at the time, but I understand now. He said, I might not be the best boxing trainer, I might not be the best kickboxing trainer, but I'm the best fighting trainer. And that's what that means. Maybe Mitchell doesn't have all the skill, but he's ready to fight, right? And he's going to win a fight. He knows what to do, and I'm excited for that. It doesn't mean that Dante's not going to do great. He's amazing. I'm ready to see what happens.
Dante, very slick, straight right.
Yeah, definitely a more technical fighter.
And he's long. He's very long.
Yeah, he just looks more technical in the boxing range, but Mitchell looks like he wants to fight. He's throwing those hard punches, as I said, those hard rights, hard lefts. Crowd favorite, as always. Look at that.
And meanwhile, Dante is trying to snipe him.
Yeah, excellent. Exactly is what I mean. Ooh, good right there. Ooh, good right by Dante.
And we knew this had fight of the night potential. So far, it's living up to it.
It is. This is one where they're just throwing bombs, and we're going to have to figure it out at the end, huh? Ooh, look at that. Most of those did not land from Dante. Most of those did not land from Mitch either, but
I think that short left came shot through that little jab. His big right hand missed, but the left landed.
I would not like to be a judge for round one. Look at that, right? Maybe that won him the round. Wasn't much, but he stumbled a little bit, and I know his footwork problems.
Yeah, a little off balance there.
Yeah, I get it.
But it matters.
It does matter, and that's the thing. It was maybe a footwork problem, but that's why you have to have a good footwork, right? If you're off balance, it looks a lot worse than it is.
And most of these judges, let's just put it this way, I don't think most of these judges, not going to mention any names, know their ass from their elbow most of the time.
Yeah. Listen, that goes with everything. It's fine. It's a lot of people that are judging are old school. That means that they came up when there was only boxing and point karate. It's hard to judge the new fighting sports that we have right now, and unfortunately, those are a lot of people that are in that kind of that realm everywhere, not just our state, everywhere, right?
And it gets even stranger with the judging when you see a lot of these old school boxing judges judging MMA. They're just not sure how to have the criteria work.
They have zero influence on the ground, right? It's all about the stand-up. Once you hit the ground, they don't give a crap. There we go. Here's a fight. This is what we're talking about.
Oh, big shots from Mitch Vaughn.
This is exactly what we're talking about. Is that boxing? No, that's a fight. They're fighting right now. Look at that. Look at that. They're going down. Toe to toe. This is what the crowd likes to see. Let's go.
Neither guy worried about defense. Both guys just trying to land as hard as they possibly can.
And the harder Mitch gets hit, the more he likes it. Look at this. This guy was born to fight. Oh, good right behind the ear. I mean, literally, both fighters are hitting each other at will. There's not a lot of defense, as you said, Elijah. They're ready to go. I love it.
But on the other hand, there's a ton of wasted energy here because both guys are just whiffing
100%
on huge shots. See, there's another one.
If this was you and I, wasted energy.
Oh,
Since
we'd be exhausted.
So it's okay. Since
We'd
it's
be
them,
gone.
yeah, they're fine. Dante actually kind of acting like he's throwing a jab, which is a good point. We have not seen a lot of jabs here, right? We've seen some power punches nonstop.
He's been almost leading with that right, even though it's his power hand.
Oh, my God. And that's hurt. He might be done. Bad. He might be done.
Mitch going to have to dig deep here.
30 seconds. Can he come through? Can he come through? He's hurt.
And
no.
He stumbled.
I don't think we should stop the fight, but he did stop it. It's over. I don't know if anything. It's over.
Mitch is complaining. He's not happy with that.
No, I would argue it's not a good stoppage. However, it's the ref's decision.
Mitch did. If we notice on the replay here, he did stumble a little when he got up.
It is stumble. I've seen fights go a lot longer than that. However,
let's take a look at the finish here. It was a beautiful left hook, I believe.
Oh, man, that was a good two left hooks, right? The second one just landed right in the temple.
Beautiful shot.
That was the first left hook, and that's the second.
And from a guy we didn't know much about coming into this. That's how these new guys rise to the top. He had the experience, but we wondered, is the tough man experience enough to carry him through against a guy like Mitch? And it was. Beautiful knockout.
Yeah, and what I see here is two fighters throwing rights and lefts as hard as they can, and that left
until somebody landed.
Absolutely. What a great fight by both.
And a stoppage at 130, you know, at this weight. It's rare to see a guy with that kind of power.
It sure is.
Ladies and gentlemen, 1 minute 28 seconds in the second round.